When we talk about strength, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For many, it's physical endurance, the ability to handle difficulties or impressive resilience. But true strength isn't found in loud victories. It shows itself in those quiet moments when no one sees what you had to go through. It appears in the ability to maintain dignity in difficult situations, to stay calm when everything is falling apart, and to find inner balance amid chaos. This is the kind of strength that doesn't seek recognition or need to be shown off. And yet, it is exactly what determines how resilient you truly are in the face of life. Today, we're not going to talk about the usual images of strength. Instead, we'll explore 7 hidden signs that prove your inner power is much greater than it may seem. Ready to look at strength from a new angle? First, you look fear in the face. Not everyone is capable of confronting their fears. Most people try to avoid them, hide behind excuses, or postpone difficult decisions. But if you move toward your fear, that alone is already a sign of inner strength. Real strength doesn't mean never being afraid. It means recognizing fear not as an enemy, but as a teacher. That single step forward, despite the trembling voice or doubts in your mind, is what makes you stronger. Think back to a moment when fear stood in your way. Making a tough decision, standing up for your truth, or taking a risky step that could change your life. Even if your heart was racing and your mind was screaming, "Stop, this is too dangerous," you kept going, and that matters. You didn't just overcome fear, you broke through your own limitations. The Stoics taught that fear is not an obstacle, but an opportunity. The one who is afraid yet acts, who hears the voice of doubt but keeps moving forward, grows with every step. Those anxious thoughts, what if I fail, or what if I'm not good enough, are just a test of your determination. They don't define you, but your reaction to them does. Second, you take responsibility for your mistakes. The ability to admit your mistakes and not shift the blame is one of the strongest signs of maturity. It doesn't mean being flawless. It means having the courage to face the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Many people avoid responsibility, blaming circumstances, others, or bad luck. That path might seem easier, but in reality, it leads to weakness and stagnation. You, however, are strong enough to say, "This was my fault," and not just admit it, but learn from it. When you take responsibility for your actions, you take control of your life. You're not a victim of chance. You're the architect of your destiny. Every mistake becomes a stepping stone to new heights. That's not just strength, it's wisdom. Also, owning your actions earns respect. People trust those who can say, "I was wrong," and then take steps to make things right. Integrity and honesty are qualities that set strong people apart. True strength is not in avoiding mistakes, but in how we respond to them. Third, you know how to set boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible guardians of inner balance and personal freedom. If you can say no without fear or guilt, you already have something many struggle to develop: the ability to protect your space. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about creating conditions where you can be your best self. It's a conscious choice to direct your energy where it matters, not where others try to pull it. Remember a moment when you had to say no, knowing it might disappoint someone. Maybe you declined a meeting to rest after a tough week, or turned down extra work because you were already overwhelmed. At first, you might have felt guilty, But then came the realization. This choice preserved your inner balance. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's maturity. It helps you focus on what matters, build deep and honest relationships, and stay aligned with your values. True strength is not in pleasing everyone, but in staying true to yourself. Fourth, you are not afraid to be vulnerable. Many see vulnerability as weakness, but in reality it requires enormous inner strength. Real power isn't pretending to have everything under control. It's daring to say, "I'm struggling," or "I need help." Strength is being able to acknowledge your emotions rather than suppressing them. It's about being honest with yourself and others, even when it feels uncomfortable. Think of a time life challenged you. Maybe you faced a situation you didn't know how to handle, or felt like everything was falling apart. In those moments, you had two choices: hide behind a mask of indifference, or admit that you were hurting. Those who choose the second path are always stronger, because vulnerability doesn't weaken, it frees. It lifts the weight that holds you back and opens the door to genuine support. The Stoics taught, we can't control all circumstances, but we can control our reactions. When you realize you don't have to be perfect, you stop pretending. And that gives you the freedom to grow without fear of judgment. Vulnerability is not a flaw. It's a starting point for transformation. But there is one important truth: not everyone deserves access to your vulnerability. Sharing your emotions isn't helplessness. It's a conscious choice. Strong people know who they can trust and who they can't. Fifth, you keep going when things get hard. True strength isn't just physical endurance or confidence, it's perseverance. It's the decision to keep moving forward even when everything seems to be going against you. When life gets tough, it's tempting to stop, give up, or let fear and disappointment take over. But strong people make a different choice. They take a step forward even when the road ahead feels endless. That decision proves that inner resilience is stronger than any obstacle. Picture a traveler crossing a desert. The heat is exhausting, his legs are tired, and he can't see the end of the path. He could turn back, but instead he takes another step, and another. Step by step, he moves closer to his goal, even if he can't yet see it. Life gives us these moments: job loss, broken relationships, dreams that seem impossible. In those moments we ask, is it worth it to keep going? And this is exactly where real strength is born. Perseverance doesn't mean rushing forward without rest. It means not quitting, even if the progress is slow. Even in moments of weakness, even when your energy is low, you still take one more step. If you're going through a tough time now, remember, every step forward matters. Every time you choose not to give up, you're not just moving closer to your goal, you're becoming a stronger version of yourself. Sixth, you lift others up. Helping others is one of the most powerful signs of true strength. In a world that often values competition over compassion, showing kindness can seem like weakness. But only truly strong people possess this quality. Those who are secure in themselves aren't afraid of others becoming smarter, stronger, or more successful. They understand that strength is not about overshadowing others, but about helping them reach their potential. Imagine someone who's always willing to share their experience, offer support, or simply say, "I believe in you." They don't do it for recognition or reward. They do it because they understand. Success isn't a solo race. It's a journey where we lift each other up. Supporting others doesn't mean sacrificing yourself or ignoring your own needs. Strong people set boundaries, but still create a space of trust where others feel valued and seen. Your ability to listen, encourage, or simply be there can change someone's life. If you've ever inspired or supported someone, be proud. You're living proof that real strength lies in unity, not competition. Seventh, you stay true to yourself. Remaining true to yourself is one of the most profound expressions of inner strength. In a world full of pressure, expectations, and endless comparisons, staying authentic is a true achievement. Many people adapt to circumstances, afraid to stand out or challenge the majority. It's easier to stay silent, to follow someone else's standard, even if it goes against your beliefs. But strong people choose differently. They don't try to be convenient, they try to be real. Being true to yourself isn't stubbornness or pride, it's honesty. It's the foundation for every decision and action. True strength isn't blind rebellion. It's the conscious understanding of when to be flexible and when to stand firm. Strong people don't let others compromise their values. They stay open to growth, but not at the cost of what truly matters. When you choose to walk your own path instead of following the crowd, you set an example. Your uniqueness is your power. By staying true to yourself, you don't just grow stronger. You show the world that greatness isn't about fitting in. It's about being yourself. If you recognize these signs in yourself, know this: you possess the rare quality of finding strength within. You don't need external validation to feel confident. You don't chase the noise of the crowd. You value the silence where awareness and depth are born. You know who you are and stand by your principles. But remember, independence isn't isolation. Stoic philosophy reminds us that real balance is found in being grounded in yourself while still making space for deep, genuine relationships. Solitude gives you strength, but it's connection with worthy people that multiplies it. May your path lead you to inner freedom, resilience, and authenticity. In a world full of noise, staying true to yourself is the greatest strength of all. Cherish it.